Hello and welcome to the J&J podcast. Today we have Jay, myself, Jamie, and Eamon. And today we're going to talk about a group called Classless Act. I believe they're from LA.
LA.
So, New Age Sunset Strip, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think they only have one. I think one album out right
Right.
now. That's a full length album. They also did an acoustic version of it, which is only about 5 or 6 songs, I think. And then, a bunch of singles. Of course, everyone has a bunch of singles nowadays.
Yeah, they're called albums.
The singles.
Put them all together, there's just an album.
Well, in this case,
Anyway, that's just me being a smartass.
Yeah, that's true. If you, Jamie's made a point. An album just means a collection of songs. So yes, you're right.
Yeah. So, who wants to go first?
Well, you missed one other thing. You missed. I really thought you'd mention it. The cover song they made.
Which one?
Toxic. Britney Spears's.
I was actually listening to that today while cooking.
They actually did a real good job with it. They performed it live. It was good.
Oh,
it was good. Yeah. I like them live. Their singer is real energetic. I mean, he's just, they're good.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I've heard another rock cover of a Britney Spears song, and this one turned out better than the other one did.
Yeah.
I'm not going to mention the other group. Well, actually, I think it was a solo artist, but I'm not going to mention them yet.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll go over them in a different video.
You can mention them. Doesn't mean we're going to talk about them.
I don't know. We usually veer off. Go ahead, mention them. What the hell?
I'll have to look up their
But we
name.
don't have to be formal.
Yeah, I don't remember his name right now. Yeah. So, Jamie, what do you think? Did you listen to them?
No.
Jamie, homework. We got homework.
Yeah, I know. Life got in the way.
Yeah, believe me, I know.
I really think this is right for him.
And I'm actually pretty sad because after we did last week's, I did listen to the couple of songs, and they were really good. But at that point, I was really tired, so I went to bed, and then just life got in the way, and I couldn't listen to the rest of it. And I actually really wanted to, because I really do like the two songs I listened to.
And most of the album is like that. It's all real catchy to write the tune. It just, those guys, I think, kept metal alive, or, like the 80s type that we're used to, And the cool thing about it, man, is a lot of those guys play each other's instruments. There was one time where, like I said during the show, and I don't know their names or so, but they all like swapped instruments and did some other things, there. But they're good. I dig them.
It's nice that they're multi-talented like that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm just surprised that there was a band that came out of LA. I thought that was it. I thought the LA scene was over.
Well, I mean, there's probably lots of bands that are from LA. They're just not. They're probably more Britney Spears type stuff than they are for.
Well, I think these guys have some friends too. Like they did the one song they have Vince Neil.
Yes.
Yeah. Who was the other one? They have another guest appearance on
That actually fits. Maybe they made him sing it right.
Well, it's in the studio.
Yeah, I'm never gonna get over that.
And that song did have a Motley Crue feel to it.
It did, didn't it?
And they also had Justin Hawkins.
Justin Hawkins, yeah. That's the other one. This Is For You, the one, that song he was doing.
Oh, yeah. The other cover was by an artist called Ricky Warwick.
Don't know that one.
No, I don't know.
Where'd you find that? Wow, that's cool.
It's Jay.
I find a lot of weird
Where
stuff.
does he find anything?
He did a cover of Oops, I Did It Again. So for these guys, for Classless Act, I think I'm waiting for their second album to come out. I think that's the one that's going to grab me more than this first album they did.
And I agree. How many bands, when their first album comes out, it's like, oh my God, that's it. They made it. No, you're right. I agree with you.
Yeah, like these guys definitely, you can hear the talent in them. Even when they did their acoustic album, it was just a little bit later and a little bit more experience from being on the road and all that.
the cool thing about them when we see a brand new, and in case it's a brand new band, they have one record. I just saw them. When did it come out? 22?
22.
Yeah. But for a first record, just to grab our attention, like I said, they were opening up for Bach, right? And I was like, oh man, okay, I've never heard of them. I'll just kind of hang around the bar and whatever and BS. And man, after when they came out, started singing and doing their stuff, I caught myself. By the time the show was over, I was up front and meeting the band afterwards toward the back. They were out and about talking to people, being real cool. And I looked down, I was like, oh wow, cool guitar pick they had thrown out there, picked it up and got it. But I caught myself like, oh man, this is a really, really good band. Came home, downloaded the album or whatever. It's on my Apple thing. I don't know if it's downloaded or whatever, but and started listening to it. I was like, holy shit, man. And my first thoughts were, I can't wait for the second record. I can't wait for the second record.
Yeah. For this one, I was reading a little bit into them, and apparently they didn't know each other before they started the band.
In typical LA fashion.
Yeah, this was all met through, I guess, just online ads and just get-togethers. And like, okay, after jamming, let's do it.
That's so old school, man. That's so good. You
Yep.
know, it's better than a company like Sony saying, here, you guys, we found all you guys, we're going to put you together, and here, you're going to make a record, and here's the songs that we want you to play, and here's how we want you to play them.
No, that's how they do boy bands.
That's how they do boy bands. That's exactly right.
Hey, you look the part, we'll teach you to sing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's some choreography, just go to it.
Well, you can say the same thing about 80s music, right? Man, you've got long hair, you're tall, you're in a band. Here's a guitar, here's some basic bar chords, have at it.
I think if you had long hair and you were tall, you were a drummer specifically.
But Jay, what did you want to say you want to wait for the second record? I'm just curious.
I think their second record's going to come out, and I think it's going to be 10 times better than this one.
Yeah.
Just from
the talent.
Well, they have a lot of talent to start with, and now they get to play it all the time.
Yeah. I need to look them up. I don't know if they're on tour yet or if they're where they are. I'm just ready for them to come back.
Well, I think they've probably been opening for a bunch of people. I didn't look for their tour schedule or anything like that.
I think they're doing a lot of stuff on Sunset Strip, like they were mentioning that after they did their tour with Bach, they were gonna do a bunch of stuff on the Sunset Strip. So they're still trying to make it. We're putting the word out for people to give them a chance and listen to them and see. Because if people get a chance to see them live, they're gonna become fans. They're really good.
Godsmack is the king of that.
For live performance?
Yeah. Like you're not a fan of them until you see them live, and then you're like, oh fuck, yes I am.
Are they that good? I've never seen them live.
They're so good live. So when I saw them live, I actually knew all the songs, but I had no idea who it was. Like every song, I was like, oh, this is who sings that? Okay.
Oh wow.
And I liked them before I saw them live. I just didn't know it was them. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I saw them do it live, and I was like, oh, yeah. And that drum duel thing, like that's just etched in my brain forever.
Yeah, I looked that one up on YouTube for the drum duel, and they have both Sully and the drummer come out on movable drum sets, and they spin them around and everything on stage.
It's the greatest thing I've ever seen. It really is. Like it's if you're a fan of drumming at all, then you need to watch the Godsmack drum duel. Like you have to.
When you say drum duel, do they have two drummers? I mean,
okay. So Sully was the original drummer in the band.
Okay.
So he can play.
Yeah.
But now it's Shannon Larkin, or at least it was, because they've since called it quits. But they were like both of them are great too. Like they're both great drummers. And I know they switched it up every time they did it too. Like it wasn't just the same shit every time. Because when I saw them, they were throwing sticks back and forth.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was cool as shit. Like, yeah, it was cool. Badass.
Jay, let me go back to Classless Act. Do they remind you of anybody, or do you think that they're their own original group or music or style?
I think they have a lot of influence from other bands,
Yeah.
but I think it's only an influence.
Yeah.
I think they do have their own sound. You can tell bits and pieces of other bands, but I think it's only as an influence.
No, I agree.
So it's not airborne, is what you're saying.
No, it is not airborne. No, they're keeping it to their own what they want to do.
Mm.
And they're not just sticking with one style too. Like there's a little bit of a slower stuff. They got their faster
Yeah.
stuff. Um, the acoustic stuff I liked,
Yes.
and it was the exact same songs that were on their album, just done acoustically, and these sounded great.
And these guys are well talented. Like I said, I can't wait for the second record. Let's go.
So I'm gonna venture a guess here. If you're gonna do 80s style music, it's gonna hard not to have like a bunch of influences.
Yeah, you're right because it all builds on it. Um,
Had a very specific style.
yeah, and I mean, is it 80s style? I don't know. I mean, but it's definitely not European like what we hear with their big
No, it depends.
boats. I think the name's cool.
For the name, I definitely think it's well picked. Um, they're not trying to hide anything. They're not trying to be something they're not. They're just
Bingo.
this is what we are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
is a very Motley Crue thing, because they were in fact the Motley Crue.
no, I'm glad you got to listen to them, Jay. They're good, man.
I even had to get the bigger speaker out to listen to them.
You know, the sad thing is I'll probably do it tomorrow.
Just a little after. Just a little after.
Listen, well, I'm sorry there wasn't a Sunday in between.
There was.
Not really though, because I went to my daughter's.
Well, but yeah, I think they're good, and I definitely think they're going to be someone to watch out for.
Well, if anybody's watching this or listening to this or whatever, go check them out. They're legit. It's a legit band.
I know I want to check
Videos.
more, but I will. I'll agree and disagree with you guys, kind of in the same sentence. A second album is not about how much talent they have; it's how much the songwriting is, how good the songwriting is.
Ah, very good point.
Because like if you look at any band in history, it's like the songwriting is what got better, not the talent.
The talent's there, yeah.
Yeah. So can they play? Absolutely. But a lot of bands can play. They just have fucking shitty songwriting.
Nah, I think they're going to be. I think they're working on honing their skills in, because some of the songs, I'm starting to go, okay, I can see where they're going. The next album is going to be the telltale for me.
But why though? Couldn't you then, at that point, couldn't you just not just like the one album, but not the other one?
Well, if they come up with the second one, and I do get more of a feel for it, I'll end up liking the second album better than the first album.
Yeah, because you're weird like that. Sometimes the first one is the best one.
This one, not for me. Like when I was listening to them, I found myself veering off to other bands at the time. So remember when you used to make
do that
mixtapes?
anyway.
Yeah.
But this one even more so. Like I think they'd be perfect for like if you're making your own mixtape or something similar to that, like a mixed up playlist.
If you're making a mixtape.
Yeah, we used to do that, didn't you? I used to do that a lot.
I still have them.
Okay, are we trying to relive the 80s? Is this what happened in here?
Well, it wouldn't be so bad, would it?
I mean, I would.
I would too.
100% I would.
But holy shit, let me tell you something about reliving the 80s. I meant to tell y'all this at the last concert. I already said I'm not going to see any more 80s bands because the bands just are second. So that's it. But holy shit, the women that are going to these bands, they're in their 50s and they're still trying to fit into their dresses, and they're when they're 16 years old. And holy shit, uh, it just, oh my God. So I was looking at one. I was telling my daughter, "What the fuck are they wearing? These women, just stop." And my daughter, poor thing, she was like, "Dad, they could have a thyroid problem." I was like, "Well, yeah. The more they eat, the bigger their thyroid fucking gets." I mean, damn, just so that was it, man. That was the last of the '80s shows. Of the '80s bands are
That's
coming
not
back.
actually what a thyroid problem is. But okay.
Well,
So
they figured I wore this when saw them the first time round.
yes, yeah.
Why not this time too?
Are they? Do they do the same thing in Canada? Or are they? Canadian
No,
women are pretty legit. They're pretty.
no, they do it. They do it
It
here
all depends
too.
which concert you go to.
But
They'll pick that
but
decade.
yeah, it's far less than it seems to be for you.
Yeah.
Like here, there's one or two.
Oh no, this is the whole damn bunch.
Oh no, because most of them here were they were nice.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, now some of them have taken well care of themselves, and they can still fit into their little outfit, and that's great.
Well, here what's happened is they've passed it on to their younglings.
Yeah,
So it's not the moms that are the ones out there dressing like that.
it's their kids. Well, that's cool.
So it's at least a lot easier on the eyes.
Yeah, I just can't get over it, man. I can't get over it. That did me in. I was so sad that that's it for '80s music. I'm never going to see them again, any band from the '80s again. I'm done. And I think that's why I like Classless Act, because that music just brings me back to that time period, and they're good. And that's why I listen to them. It's just I've been dying for '80s type music. If we want to call it that, I hate to even call it that because they're their own music. But an North American band that I dig, and between them and Seven Kingdoms, I was like, okay, and that's it. No, I can't think of any other band from North America that we could talk about. You know,
I had Unleashed the Archers.
yeah. Are they
Oh,
still together?
there's that. Yeah,
No.
there's that other one, Cobra and the Lotus. They're Canadian too. Like most of the big acts in this continent most of them are American because there's just you know 260 more million people in the U.S. than there is here.
Yeah.
So I mean, odds are you're gonna have more.
And we don't. And we don't. That's the sad.
No. You'll have more than us.
Oh yeah.
You want another North American one?
Yeah.
Okay. So, the Texas Hippie Coalition.
I'm out. I'm out. That's the dumb name. I'm out. I'm not even gonna listen to it. I'm sorry. I'm out. That's just a dumb fucking name. And it has hippie in it. So that's 60s.
Nope.
No, I'm out. I'm out. Go ahead, Jamie. That's yours. You can listen to them this week. I'm not doing it. Now I'm getting angry.
Yeah. It's somebody.
They're on their
Yay!
Hey, Jamie, Jamie, you're right. He knows how to push buttons because he knows.
I know.
Like dumb fucking names, and he threw that.
But they take influence from Pantera.
I don't give a shit.
Rob Zombie.
Okay, great. I'm not a big fan of them anyway. So
if you actually paid attention there, when he was reading the name, if you saw that shit-eating grin that was on his face,
yeah,
he knew.
But Rob Zombie,
I like them.
but he's a growler.
Hmm? He has a rumbly voice like Rob Zombie.
He's not a growler though.
Yeah, he's okay. Rob Zombie's okay. Pantera, I was never able to get into, and I know they're from Dallas, and It's, oh my gosh, it's a sin not to like them. Fuck them. I don't like them.
I like the odd song, but for that one, I like more of the
Walk.
guitars in that.
I like Walk.
Yeah, nice 2-3 chords. Yeah.
But I did find a bunch of other artists who have an '80s sound, but they're going towards the pop rock type of sound
There's nothing wrong with that.
because there's a lot of newer bands who are going towards that pop rock type of '80s sound, and they record the drums the same way. And
So they don't even play the drums; they just do it on a drum machine.
no, they use the condenser mic so you don't have to fall off from the snare.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Let me go back. Well, let me go back. The hippie band, whatever the fuck their name is, hippie.
The Texas
What?
Hippie Coalition.
Yeah. First of all, take that name Texas because the Texas doesn't have hippies. That's stupid. First of all, but hippies a '60s thing. How could that? They're trying to do the '80s stuff.
Oh, that for them, one, their name doesn't really suit them
Then it's a
because they're
stupid
not.
name. And I'm
But it
sure
makes
somebody
it makes you laugh.
like, oh, there's a history behind it. Well, fuck that. I'm not even. It's just dumb. There are no hippies in Texas. We don't allow hippies in Texas.
Let me in.
What do you mean the name doesn't suit them?
You're not a hippie, I promise.
It could be because if you put the letters together, it's THC.
Okay.
That makes more sense to you, does it?
I think it's dumb. You can think of other words you come up with if you want to do THC. Or how about just calling it THC? Yeah, I'm looking at the band. You know what? They're Southern rock. I'm telling you, they're going to be a Southern rock thing. I'm looking at the big fat Santa Claus looking guy up front. I think they're like a biker. I don't know, man. I'm out. I'm not even giving them a chance. I think they're Southern rock. I think they're more like is that
Leonard
Joker
Skinner.
that sings "Sweet Home Alabama." I can't think
Leonard
of her.
Skinner.
Leonard Skinner. Yeah.
Yeah, no. More Rob Zombie.
All right, I haven't heard them, so we'll see.
Yeah.
So I take it Big Boy is their singer?
I haven't got a clue. I've only listened to them. I haven't looked at pictures, haven't looked at videos. They literally came on my playlist
He's in fact the
yesterday.
singer.
Where in Texas are they from? I bet they're from Austin.
I have no clue. They might have just used the name. I have no idea. They could have just used the state in the name, and they could be from California for all I know.
Oh, that's true. Oh no, they're from, oh my gosh, they're gonna kick my ass. They're from like 2 or 3 counties north of me, from Denison.
I think they're pretty good. I've only heard the recent stuff.
Yeah. You know what? I'm sure they are. If you're saying they're good, I trust you. But the name, I can't get
don't.
over it. I can't.
Not even a little bit, do I? This guy has told me over the years countless numbers of bands. Oh, you'll like them. You'll like them. No, I fucking do not.
Well, you like the picture of Lacuna Coil.
Lacuna Coil's good.
But that's it.
Let's see. I don't think I got you to listen to any of the Lunatica stuff.
None of the what now?
Lunatica.
No, but they're on my list.
Yeah, they're I'll call them melodic.
Okay, as opposed to what? Fucking every other thing I listen to now?
Yeah, pretty much. The albums I've listened to from them are they work as a story, so I guess you could probably call them concept albums because they have a story. It feels like a story that goes through the whole thing.
Okay, so story albums are good from time to time, though. Mm-hmm. So Lunatica is on my list because they are friends with one of the bands I actually listen to.
Oh, nice.
And so they've done some crossover stuff. So I need to check them out.
And they're another one who has taken some of their older songs from their catalog and had someone remix it with an 80s feel to it. And that one definitely uses a drum machine.
So, Eamon,
Sir,
while you guys were talking, I was listening. No, it's
you're out?
a hard fucking pass for me on that Texas coalition. Hard pass.
I think the one guy who rides with me might like it. He heard it in the car.
I listen. He's liking a lot of stuff that comes out of there. I had a proud moment the other day when he was listening to Painkiller. Yeah, so so Eamon just said no because it was a dumb name. I'm going with hard pass because I heard some of what that song was. No, hard pass. It's okay. So it's not like there's not going to be a market for that kind of thing because there will be. It's just not my thing.
Song I heard first was Blue Lights On.
I couldn't even tell you what one I was just listening to. It doesn't even matter. Hard pass.
Hey, let's talk about good music. The Warning, they're playing Hellfest June 20th.
And where is Hellfest?
France.
That's a
Oh,
little bit of a boat ride.
A little.
yeah.
A little.
Listen, I'd rather take a boat than a fucking plane. I'll tell you that.
Would be a whole lot of rowing.
Yeah. Not a huge flying fan.
Especially flying over the ocean for 8 hours. Hell no.
You know,
That's
no.
why my wife was wanting to go back to France and visit. I'm not. I said you could go. You can take your kid with you, and you guys could go vacation all you want. I'm not getting on a plane where you got to fly over water for 8 hours. One fucking thing go wrong, your goose is cooked. No, no.
I feel like a 5 hour flight or less, and that's my max.
I wouldn't mind going to Japan sometime, but that's a little longer than 8 or
Oh
5 hours.
no! I absolutely want to go to Japan.
Because that one's probably about a 12-hour or something like that.
No way.
From here,
What do y'all want to do in Japan? What the hell's there to do in Japan?
There was a bunch.
we'll have to not be.
No,
We'll have
no
to not be
thanks.
recording for me to answer that question properly.
No.
There's a lot of interesting things there. There's
I know.
They got a lot of video game stuff for me too. So
Well,
Yeah,
because
true.
you're a nerd and anime and all that shit, like that's heaven for him.
I think Japan even has a Disney World, like a Disney World for Japanese people or something.
something like that. Well, I think they got a Universal there, and they have the Super Nintendo World there.
I would be very.
Oh, that would be cool.
I would be very enjoying the food.
Some of the food for me.
I think that's where
There's a lot of seafood.
I can't handle Chinese food, man. I just can't do it.
Okay,
Chinese or Japanese or I know any of the Asian stuff I can't do.
believe it or not,
I
there
don't
is
know. I
a
want to
big
try.
difference between the Chinese and
I
Japanese.
can maybe do orange chicken. I can maybe do orange chicken, but that's it.
Oh, I can't remember the name of the chicken, but there's it's basically street meat of chicken that they do, but it's really good.
Street meat, dude. You don't know what you're eating.
Are you thinking Peking duck, Jay?
No, it's chicken. I know it's chicken. It's barbecue chicken that they do in these little itty bitty grills.
Oh yeah,
Oh, they
yeah.
put them on a steak or something.
Yeah.
Bulgogi is good. That's
No,
Korean.
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, y'all have fun in Japan. I'll go to Mexico and hang out on the beach. I love Mexico, so that's freaking. I'm good.
It's nice and close for you.
Or Costa Rica, yeah. I really like Costa Rica.
I'd go farther south. If I was gonna go to a place that was that fucking hot for me, I'd probably go down to El Salvador.
Nah, I think I'm going to be staying away from anywhere around the equator.
Because I'd grab somebody and go, hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Because that's my little man. It's his heritage, you know. It's got ours in there, so it's a biased opinion when I say El Salvador, but it's the only one I'd go visit.
All those South American countries are beautiful. Or, south of the border here.
What's the one that borders you? Is
Mexico.
that Mexico?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about a 10-hour drive, but we've done it before where we just drove
To
down there.
Mexico?
Yeah. We'll go to San Antonio. It's about 4 hours from San Antonio, and we'll stay in San Antonio for a few days, then we'll drive down there for a day, cross the border, mess around, and come back. That border town's cool. I dig it.
What border town? That El Paso? Isn't that a border town?
No, yeah, but that's that's way west.
I remember for San Antonio, I didn't mind the river walk. That was nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
San
that's a big
Antonio's
walk.
nice. San Antonio's like y'all's Quebec. It's all just how y'all gave
We got the
Quebec.
historic stuff, and
Yeah, we gave San Antonio to the Hispanics.
it was okay to visit. I don't know if I'd want to stay there, but
Your sister lived there. That's exactly what she said. She said it was a great place to visit, but she would not want to
yeah,
live.
that's why I was there one time. We went there for Christmas.
I've heard that a couple of times, actually.
They went.
I'm not much for tourism now. I just want to eat the food. I don't want to go like get a place downtown and so I can walk everywhere. I'm not interested in any of that stuff. Would I like to go see some sights? Yes, but no. I'm okay if I don't. Although I would love to go to Vaken.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a flight too.
That's worth it.
Okay, so I guess that's everything for Classless Act, our new band from LA. Does anyone else have anything to say about the band before we call it a day?
Check them out.
I will.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to check out a YouTube video. I want to see what they look like when they perform. So
They look
all
like
right.
an 80s rock band.
I don't know. I don't think they have the '80s styles.
Correct.
No, they don't have like a costume or anything like that, but
Not like some other bands.
yeah,
But they have the sound.
and the look.
The mannerisms. They have the mannerisms. I thought
Okay.
that was real cool. That's what it is.
I'll have to look. We'll have to look it up. But until the next time, you can listen to us on all the major podcast platforms. Make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment below on YouTube. And until next time, say bye, guys.
Bye.
Talk to everyone next time.